And if you're going to reach your destiny, you have to learn to kiss things goodbye. You're not going to understand everything that happens. People may walk away. Life may not turn out the way you thought. It's easy to get bitter, hold a grudge, lose your passion. But do like Naomi. Kiss the bitterness goodbye. Kiss the person that left you goodbye. Kiss the dream that didn't work out goodbye. God wouldn't have allowed it to happen if He didn't have something better up in front of you. But sometimes God will close the door. He'll move people out of your life. There are people and opportunities that were ordained for your past that are not ordained for your future. They were right for a season, but that season can come to an end. The key is how we handle the closed doors, how you handle the disappointments, how you handle the people that treated you wrong. Sometimes, instead of kissing them goodbye, we smack them goodbye. Good riddance. I didn't like you in the first place. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Naomi could have turned away angry. Thought, I'm not going to kiss you, Orpah. Some friend you are. That would have kept her from the new things God had in store. She moved back to Bethlehem with her daughter-in-law, Ruth. Ruth married Boaz, a wealthy man that owned all the land. They had a baby. Naomi took care of their son like he was her own. After all she had been through, all the broken dreams, all the loss, while holding the little baby, Naomi said in effect, I never dreamed I could be this happy, this fulfilled. Her latter days were better than her former days. God knows how to give you beauty for ashes. He knows how to turn mourning into dancing. But it would have never happened if she had not kissed Orpah goodbye. Are you at peace with your past, or are you bitter over the loss? Upset because your plans didn't work out? Holding a grudge because that person walked away? It's time to kiss some things goodbye. Don't bring bitterness into a new year. Don't bring self-pity, a chip on your shoulder. That was in your past. It doesn't belong in the future. You cannot embrace the new things God has in store as long as you're holding on to the old. My father went to be with the Lord back in 1999, some 20 years ago. I lost one of my best friends. I still miss him, but I realize the loss of my father is in my past. It's not in my future. If I would have brought all the hurt, the questions, the self-pity, I wouldn't be where I am. You won't have the strength to move forward if you're weeping over what's behind. It takes a lot of energy to think about the past, relive the hurts, wonder why it didn't work out. That person you lost, if they were supposed to be here, they would still be here. If somebody left you, I say it respectfully, you don't need them. If it didn't work out the way you had planned, it wasn't supposed to. God's ways are not our ways. Will you trust Him when it doesn't make sense? Start kissing things goodbye. You spend enough energy on the past, that doesn't take you anywhere. Kiss that disappointment goodbye. That door didn't close by accident. God is directing your steps. It was either not the right time or because He has something better. A friend of mine owned a very successful business. For years, he was a leader in his field, saw all kinds of growth and increase. He had big dreams to leave his company to his children, to continue the legacy. After 25 years, things started to slow down. The competition around him increased, so he started working harder, going in earlier. I would call him and he was meeting with staff at 6 in the morning. He was determined to make it work. He did everything he possibly could. But God is called the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. We get excited about the beginning, talk a lot about God doing a new thing, but we don't hear a lot about the Omega, the end. But just as God opens doors, sometimes God will close a door. He'll bring things to an end. And this can be hard for us because it feels like a setback. After all the hard work, my friend's company didn't make it. He was so discouraged. For several months, he would hardly talk on the phone. He told me how he felt like a failure. He had all these plans, but it didn't work out the way he thought. And I told him what I'm telling you. The best thing you can do is just kiss it goodbye. Don't bring a failure from yesterday into today. If one dream dies, get back up and dream another dream. He got his passion back and went out and started a consulting business. All kinds of doors begin to open. Today, he has more clients, more influence, more opportunities than he's ever had. His new company is many times more successful than his own. When life doesn't turn out the way you thought, remind yourself God is still in control. Instead of being sour, losing your joy, kiss the disappointment goodbye. Quit reliving mistakes you've made, things that you wish you would have done different, wondering why it didn't work out. Like my friend, you may have done your best, given it your all, but it didn't succeed. Accept it as God's plan and move on. Our attitude should be, God, I trust you, not just with my successes, I trust you with my failures. I trust you with the betrayals. I trust you with the things that don't make sense. When you kiss the past goodbye, it releases you into your future. You have to be at peace with what's behind you. It's not enough to just move forward, angry, bitter, mad at God. That's why Naomi kissed Orpah. It was symbolizing, this is painful, I don't like it, I feel betrayed, but I'm at peace. It takes maturity to kiss things that don't feel good. This is what the prophet Samuel had to do. He spent years mentoring a young man named Saul. He took him under his wing and he trained him to become the next king of Israel. You can imagine how proud Samuel was when he saw this young man now grown and leading the Israelites. Everyone looked up to King Saul. He was tall and handsome. He looked like a king. But over time, Saul got off course. He made poor decisions. He eventually lost the throne. Samuel was so disappointed. He thought, God, I put all this time and energy into him. I've invested my life and it seems like it was all a big waste. You would think God would say, I understand, Samuel. Too bad, it didn't work out. But God didn't let him feel sorry for himself. He said, Samuel, how long are you going to mourn over Saul? God is asking us, how long are you going to mourn over what you've lost? How long are you going to be discouraged over who hurt you and what you didn't get and the boss that wasn't fair? I don't believe in giving people the right to feel sorry for themselves, not because they don't have a good reason. Some people have gone through things that nobody should have to go through. But I've learned if you stay in self-pity with a chip on your shoulder, thinking you have a reason to live defeated, you will never see the vindication, the restoration, the promotion, the favor that belongs to you. God wants to pay you back for what was unfair. Don't sit around in self-pity. Kiss the bad break goodbye. Kiss the unfair childhood goodbye. Kiss that injustice goodbye.